Well, what did you make of that, Toby? New competition?
Yeah, I don't. Obviously, as I said in the week, new competition, same old faces, different umbrella. So, no, look, it's we adopted an opportunity to keep refining and embedding what we do, and also we put a few little tweaks that might not be as obvious to other people, but to try and gain some knowledge from certain bits and pieces of what we do. So, from that point of view, I think it's been a very productive day for us on that front. Obviously, to score 6 tries is fantastic. It wasn't perfect, and we didn't deal well enough with some of the threats that Cardiff gave us, but we found a way, and good teams find a way. So, yeah, we're pleased obviously with the outcome, but still much to do.
One of the downsides was up in rugby, George North. How was he? He seemed in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I mean, you always worry when people get injured when no one's near them. That doesn't normally bode well for anybody. So that makes it sound like it's structural, but obviously I know you're going to ask me how. I don't know. Obviously, you know that the next 48 hours are always critical in relation to assessment and early management. So we've got a very, very good medical team with a lot of experience. So we'll know over the next few days when it settles and we get some imaging to confirm or what we've actually dealing with.
Any lengthy injury would be a big blow for him, given the year that he's had.
Enormous.
And also the Lions tour being
enormous for sure. Absolutely devastating for him. As you say, he's got back to the top of his game, been one of the standout players, showing that he can play in the centre and on the wing. Obviously that multi sort of positional player is great in any squad. So obviously we wish him well. We'll look after him. We'll get the information and start the process.
What else? Matt Prothero, man of the match today. Ethan Phillips got the tries. What impressed you about sort of the individual performance? Yeah,
I thought Matty Prothero was great. He's very positive. Part of the stuff that we're doing was about being really positive. So him and the back 3 boys I thought were very ambitious, which is great. And that's the sort of team that we want to try and be. I think that we showed some good physical dominance up front, from the scrum, and gave us exits and took us to driving line-out positions, and the best way to stop driving line-outs is not to have any. So from that point of view, there was a lot to be positive around. So we're not getting carried away. It was a good step forward, more like where we've been, but that's what happens when you get some good squad depth back on the training pitch. You're allowed to to work on the things that can be competitive.
Depending on what happens after round 3, if there's a chance to win this competition, is that what you're doing as well as developing players and everything like that? Yeah, I think that ultimately we're in the performance business, so we want to perform well, and a lot of our performance was very positive today, so that's great. The challenge for any team is, can you back those performances up? I've spoken to you guys many times around that, and the one thing that we have done is consistency in the effort, but we haven't always had the performance or the outcome. We got the outcome today. The challenge is, can you back up that level of performance week in and week out? And if you do, you find yourself more competitive more often.
Young halfbacks today, Toby. You can have all the experience out wide and in the pack, but they control the game. How do you feel they were?
Yeah, I think that again, like every element of our game, it wasn't perfect, but we're trying to move to a decision-based team that makes decisions off what they feel and what they see, and I'm encouraging them to do that. But that's going to be fraught with a little bit of up and down. So, I think especially young players, I think we want to try and encourage people to make decisions and be positive. So their recognition, for example, of what's in front of them and momentum is part of that. So, I think it also helps when you're on the front foot, and we're on the front foot a lot, but that's a great place to learn and cut your cloth. And as you say, they'll be much better for, being through that experience.
Kieran Williams, another good performance from him today. He's had a really good season, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's really one of our most consistent performers. Carrying the ball, getting you on the front foot, as we said. Morgan Morris, another one. Rhys Davis, again, a lot of those young players that have, probably played more rugby than they expected to. But it's good for us in the fact that if you perform well, you stay in the team, and it doesn't matter about rank and serial number. It's about performing well week in and week out.